Hey, welcome back. We're getting ready to do the next scenario. I know I have a few of the tiles near the bottom here that are cut off, but I rest assure you this is all the path you probably need to see. There is two layers or two levels of tile here that I'm moving my hand across. You can see my shadow, but we can make little shadow puppets. um, Uh, I don't think there's any activity that's going to go on here. There is, right where my finger is, just south of that, there is going to be one particular location for a uh, one of these landmarks. But beyond that, nothing really to see. And I'm realizing I forgot to do landmarks, so let me get those done real quick here. And again, I'm just rolling a die because they all have a different face. And I just count from one type to the next, no matter what I roll. And of course, a 6 is a perfect round and back. So is a 3. So we're getting a lot of that type right now. And that should be that one. And I think, oh, one more. 2 more I see. There's one here. And another one all the way up there. Okay, so you should see all of them except for the one below this finger. This one, actually, you can't see this one either. There's 2 of them. There's one here and one here. And again, sorry for there's a lot of glare when it gets to the bottom. Okay, so this scenario is the naroran against the heirs. And I had to roll a die. Depending on the outcome of the die, this tower ended up being purchased. It is a refuge tower with an attack, and a range. And I had to place it in the fortress. The only other thing of note is that this is 15 health for their fortress. And let's talk about what our objectives are. This is another one of those cute scenarios. Regal Lookout A. Let's talk about that real quick. Regal Lookout A is this thing right here in the middle. And it currently has no upgrades to it at all. It's just a chip that normally, if it was in that situation, it would be defeated, but you'll understand it in a second. So our goal is to have 3 monolith spires constructed right adjacent to them. And of course, the only way you can do that is through earthscaping. So we're going to need earthscapes to create, source whales that are right next to that tower I just pointed out. And we need 3 of them. And then those 3 towers have to have 15 total upgrades between them. And the monolith starts with 3, and it only has 2 pips on it. So I don't know how I'm supposed to have 15 upgrades. I mean, if I have 3 of them, I'm going to have 9 upgrades, assuming they never take any damage. So how do I get to 15? I think I can violate. Oh, the connected. This connected keyword lets you have more than the normal amount. So here we go. Add +1 to this spire's upgrade capacity for each other spire with connected in play for a total capacity, up to a total capacity of 5. Okay, so it goes up to a possible 5. So that's how I can have 5 upgrades for each one. Now, obviously, it doesn't matter what kind of upgrades they are. They could be attack, they could be range, they can be fortify. So the fortification, of course, is going to be cheaper to add to it. But yes, you need to have 15 total upgrades. Now, before I get into all the other objectives, you can see down here at the bottom that the Regal Lookout Tower will upgrade for each upgrade we have. So for example, the first set of upgrades, so if we build a Monolith tower with a 2 attack 1, then the Regal upgrade will all of a sudden Regal tower will have ARA. And it's showing here that if there was 7 total, you would just take the first 7, and if you count these up, they go up to 15, because remember, we're supposed to go up to 15. Once we hit 15, we trigger what's called perimeter fire, and we destroy Regal Lookout A. Regal Lookout A cannot be damaged in any way. So as it gets these 15 upgrades, it's just becoming more and more powerful with more and more range, and it can just start mega shooting things from all across the map. So it's a bit of a problem. And obviously, I think the only way we're going to be able to do 5 upgrades on each Monolith tower is to first have 2 Monolith towers built somewhere else, right? Because we have to have 5 total built. And I only have 4. So I'm a little concerned here. So right now it's 2 pips. This would be 3 pips, 4 pips, 5 pips. Oh, you know what? I only have to build 3 to get to 5 pips. Because the connected adds +1, right? So, so yeah, I don't have to build anymore. I just have to build the original 3 to get there. Okay, so that helps a little bit. But, you know, there might be like a strategy of, you know what, let's get all the earthscapes down and then build the towers later. Because you don't necessarily want to hurry up and do that. And then the last one is we have to destroy all of their spires, which of course, right now they only have the one that I showed you, plus this Regal tower that we have to do, you know, this special magic for. Okay, so the scenario other than that is pretty standard. Obviously, if we lose our gate, we're defeated. If we do the perimeter fire while they still have other towers up, at the start of the next wave, they get 2 range upgrades to every fortress spire they have. So we may want to have that killed first before we trigger the perimeter fire. And it's just saying, you know, they do certain advancements. Everything else is standard. The event die, I can't show it to you because it's too far down the page unless I show it to you upside down. They're going to construct a minaret tower in their fortress for a 1 through 3. So that's the reason why the fortress spires are actually going to be a problem, right? Because they're going to keep building them. Even after we destroy them, they're going to build them again. And if they already have 2 of them, then they get a range upgrade. So they're just constantly building their fortress spire against us. So it is going to be an issue, and we do have to somehow defeat all of them. And if we do destroy their fortress gate, we win. But that's, I'm sorry, we end the scenario, but that doesn't mean we win. Obviously, our winning depends on whether we do those 3 objectives. So it's a big map. As you can see, there's a pathway, like the quickest pathway is actually in debate, but I would say it's this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So going through the middle is the quickest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep. So when we place our earthscape, if this middle tower starts to get strong, we may want to block this pathway here and force the units to go a different way, largely because we don't want our units to walk right past this behemoth here. It's just a food for thought thing. So yeah, we do get 5 waves, and the thing I wanted to point out is you start the game with 5 source, but because we did that source Sabbath thing in the last scenario, we get 6 more. So now we have 11 to start the game, which is a very healthy number. And you know, what's funny is like our CP, you know, we get some great CP, but the goal of this game, other than destroying their towers at the fortress gate, is simply getting enough earthscapes and source to upgrade our towers so we can destroy that Regal Lookout in the middle. So that's our challenge here. Okay, I got a few thoughts. The first one is, of course, we got to get our... so I got to shuffle these real quick. I don't remember which one's on top, but I know I didn't shuffle them. Okay. So the top one is going to be that, which is perfectly fine, right? And I can put them right here so you can see what's available in the market. And then we're going to get 3 chips, which I'm probably, even if they're really good chips, I'm not going to be buying them. 1, 2, 3. Mechanical altitude with degradation, the magic missile, and this anarchy guy, who I don't like at all. In fact, I don't like any of those, so that makes the decision even easier. Okay, so now back to my thoughts. When it comes to building, so we're going to be at 11 source. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself 11 source right now. And we're in the build phase. So the heirs, by the way, get stables level 1 and 2. And if you remember, that means that they're going to have +1 health for their Harriers. And level 2 means that when their last unit dies, they're going to get another Joust. And I got to not forget that, by the way. Okay, so when we talk about this, obviously the Forgotten Graves thing we got to do just because that's removing our deficiency. The Fanatic Tower, not so excited about. But the thing that was crossing my mind is I definitely want to do this trick where I can get 30 source. And the other reason I want to get 30 source is because I really believe that I need a lot of source to upgrade these towers. What was it that I was thinking that I would do? I thought there was something that lets us buy an Earthscape. Oh, that one hero lets us just take an Earthscape. So that's one of the things we may want to do, is just take an Earthscape with that hero. This particular upgrade, we can start getting stuff for free. I mean, granted, we had to spend a lot of source to get there, but we also get this Scrambler die. Not very important, but I can take our turn first during the market phase. But the rest assured, they don't do anything in the market phase to us. So, I mean, we're basically going to have to buy. We're gonna have to buy something, an Earthscape, every round, basically. So we're gonna have to make sure we have source for that. And I think that's really what I'm trying to get at here. Obviously, the FT range thing is just increasing our FT range. This is really our teleporting. I'm not worried about that. Here, we can add an upgrade to a Spire within FT range by defeating an adjacent naroran unit. But here's the thing with FT range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is, so if we do FT range stuff, we can start upgrading Spires here. That's a lot of upgrades, folks. So I'd have to obviously I can upgrade the Fanatic Tower for just 3 points to get up to a level 5, but that's assuming I roll a 5. Then, of course, 3 more to go up to a 7, and then 4 more to possibly go up to 8. I mean, so technically speaking, if I get Pavilion here, and I'm willing to destroy an adjacent unit of mine, I can add an upgrade to a Spire. It's a lot of effort. But it is an option. I mean, we can at least consider it. It's not a bad idea if I have extra source. So anyways, here's where my mind is I'm thinking I want to get this first. Largely because that +10 source will let me erase the Forgotten Graves issue. So I'm planning on doing that. And then if I have more points after that, I would maybe consider getting this observatory. But you know, with that, I would have to also get this. I don't know. It's a little wonky. What's the chances I'm going to have a unit next to my tower? I mean, I have to go near that Regal Lookout Tower, which is going to constantly get upgraded in the middle. This is going to constantly get upgraded every time my towers get upgraded. So why would I want my units to go anywhere near this thing? That's what's going through my mind. It just seems cheesy and like it's a scenario that's trying to get us to use our special abilities, but I think it's going to fail. I think I'm better off just brute forcing the damn thing and saving my source. I can just put fortification upgrades on it for two source each. Anyways, that's where my mind is. We do need earthscapes. That part is true. And I need to look at Avas here. Before or after this unit's moved, you may acquire the top earthscape from the market and place it so it covers. Yeah. Okay. So let's get started. First thing we got to do is roll the event die, if I can find it. And I rolled a 3. So that is, of course, heirs construct a minaret spire in their fortress. If 2 spires already exist, add an attack upgrade to one and a range to the other. So now they got basically 2 spires in their fortress. Okay, so let's build, you know how I like to do it. We're going to build their thing first, and then we'll go back and do our market phase and all that stuff. So they're going to do Harrier Joust. The 2 Harriers are upgraded, and they're going to be grouped together. So that's 2 health. And then the Joust is not upgraded. I don't remember what the upgraded Joust does. It just has more movement. Okay, so Harrier Joust. Harriers are upgraded, so they get 3 health instead of 2. So that's their starting lineup. We have 11. I'm going to spend 2 to drop to 9. Whoops. And I'm going to buy this Earthscape. Then for our fortress purchases, I'm going to spend the 9 to get these 2, Source Barrier and Source Reserves. So that's what? Azor Temple, level 2. And so I'm going to get 10 Source during the income next round, which is going to be a big upgrade for us. And then we get 5 CP. So, we get to also do build phase. So like I can literally cut the center off right now if I wanted, and do something like this, but that doesn't really cut the center off. You see how that works? So because I have the 2 roads here, so then what I'm thinking I might want to do is this, or maybe even this, and that creates some kind of weird, you know, through the middle situation. I can do that, which makes a weird through the middle situation as well. So that's going to make everything go directly through the middle. You know, do I really want that? Well, the problem is I got 2 roads. I mean, I can put this here, which means we have 2 roads anyways, and it's not going to change anything. Or if I do that, that's actually pretty awesome. I just totally mucked it up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this is actually the quickest route now to go down this way. And then these 2 are 15, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. So they're all the same, whether it's coming down around or going through or around. 15, 15, 15, 14. Okay, I like that upgrade. I'll go ahead and do that. And I am going to take my hero for 0. I like it. It rhymes. The hero for 0. Yeah, and he's going to come out last. I'm giving him Master Distortion, and I'm not going to use it until he gets to this center island, and then we're going to get another Earthscape through him. Then we get 5. So last time, you may recall, I used the Bishop, because he had a 3 range, and it was pretty awesome. Am I going to do the same? The advantage of using him is I was able to pluck apart things as he was walking by. But the engage hurt me. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Well, here's my other options. My other options is I'm doing something like this. Entropy guy blows himself up. The Arcbright has a 3 range attack just like Bishop, but it's for 1 less damage and he has 1 less health. I think I'm going to actually do these two, largely because I know I'm going to be getting the graveyards to resurrect them soon, so I don't think I'm concerned. And I'm going to put I'm grouping them together with the Arcbright on top. Do I really want to do that? Or yeah, I do. So I'm going to do this situation, and it says that we go first. So I'm going to go ahead and go 1, 2, and then my hero is going to go 1. I'm going to explore this, which is a fair fight. Oh, and you know what? We actually have the right to not reveal them. I'm willing to bet that engage makes us not be able to do that. But so this is a fair fight guy who hits back with just as much damage. We'll damage him later, and then I'm going to go ahead and reveal this one. And it's a Relentless, a Grail Wasp that has 2 health. And unfortunately, if I would have had the Bishop, I would have been able to kill that. So my situation here is I don't want to attack either. So my turn's over. So now the Harrier goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, like that. So now it's our turn, and we are going to go 1, 2, and this guy's going to go 1, 2. So now I have a 3 range attack I can do on either one, and I'm going to do it against the Grail Wasp because I know I can finish them off. And then I'm going to finish it off with my hero, and I kill the Grail Wasps and I get 3 source. So that puts us to 3. And technically I level up. So Anvos now has 2 damage to his attack. So now it's their turn, and they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. And you can see the Harriers are coming in very fast. In fact, we can only move 1, and then we have to stop. And Anvos can only move on forest, so he can't even, get to this particular mountain or water. So with the Arcbright, I am going to reveal these. So this one has Toxic Secretion. I'm actually a little bit pleased about that. So that's 4 health. And then this one is one of those portals with the overload. So I can spend 6 source and get an artifact if I want to destroy that. My Arcbright is required to attack. So I do 1 damage. And then he's going to do 2 damage back, unfortunately. So my Arcbright's not going to last very long. It is now... so what did I do? I moved this guy here. Instead, I'm going to move him here. And here's why. I'm in this center island, and I'm going to use his matter distortion. So we're going to grab the top one from the market, which looks like this. And look at that. It has 2. That's awesome. And so we're going to place it just like that. And then he levels up. And he's now a flying hero who does 1 damage. But he does have 1 pip for upgrade. I already have my 3 spots next to the Regal Lookout. And I effectively blocked off the middle pathway. So it's all good. Now it's their turn. Harrier can't move. This guy is going to move 2. Harrier's going to do 2 damage to... He's going to quick strike the Arcbright. Arcbright dies. Arcbright goes into the funeral pyre. And now the burnout is out. Okay. So that's our situation, and it doesn't look super good. Now we can't move. What am I going to do with my hero? Well, I would like to come in and kill these guys, but they're going to wreck me because they do 2 damage each. So then the other option is do I go keep exploring these landmarks? And it's definitely a possibility. I just don't want to get too far away. But I'm going to go ahead and do exactly that. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to reveal this, and it's a fountain. Okay, so what this is, if you remember the fountain is going to heal me until the end of the wave. So at the beginning of every round, or at the beginning of my turn, I heal back to full health. So that's pretty awesome. So now our entropy has to attack. So he's going to do 1 damage to the Harrier, and the Harrier is going to do 2 damage to the entropy. The entropy is down to 1 health exactly, so the entropy blows up. So he does 2 damage to everybody around him, and so he kills the Harrier. And that gives us 1 source. So we are now up to 4. And then this toxic secretion guy took 2 damage as well. Okay, so now it's their turn. They got an open pathway to destroy me. So the Harrier is going to move and take a damage because of the toxic secretion. 2, 3, 4. And then this guy's going to go 1, 2 and takes a damage. All right, so now I got to get in and fix things. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to attack the Harrier. I only do 1 damage to the Harrier. He's going to do 2 damage to me. Not much I can do about that, but it is what it is. So the Harrier now is going to go here, and he's actually going to attack our temple, and he does 2 damage, knocking us down to 8 health, and then of course we finish off the Harrier. Now I could, if I wanted, I can choose to spend 2 source to block that 2 damage. I'm currently at 4 source. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll spend the 2 source to block the 2 damage, and then I just got 1 for killing the Harrier, so I'm back to 3. Okay, so so why did I do what I just did? Well, because of the fountain, it started my turn, and I actually heal back up to 3 health. So as long as I don't let myself be in a position where they can kill me, there's nothing really that harms me. So I'm actually going to pass, and now it's their turn. So he's going to go 1, take a damage, 2, he's down to 1 health, and then I'm going to move 1 and kill him. And not only do I kill him, but I get my attack upgrade, so now he's fully upgraded. So not a bad deal. And this joust gets me 2 source, putting me up to 5. And there we are. We ended wave 1. So I feel pretty good about my situation. We ended wave 1, and I actually have the 3 spots already in place. So now it's just a matter of saving up my my source and being able to build these towers and get them upgraded. So we move on to wave 2. So let's set them up first. Oh, we got to roll the event die. So event die is 3. So now 1 tower is getting an attack upgrade, 1's getting a range. So here you can see he has 1 attack, 1 range, and I'm going to go ahead and give him another attack, and I'll give this one another range. It's not good either way. They stink. Also, technically speaking, this Regal Lookout has an Elfin Kazi, which would have at some point blown up to do 2 damage to me. So please accept my apologies. The Elfinkazi would have done 2 damage to me, but I did have the fountain, so I would have healed. Now, you could argue that the timing may not have worked perfectly, but I think it would have. So anyways, an Elfinkazi is always here, and he has a roam value of 3, meaning he moves 3 spaces away. So he is going to hit me there, and so I could theoretically have made sure I went there to kill their guy, but even now, 1, 2, 3, he could still come in and kill me. So this Elfinkazi actually has some really good range. I need to be aware of that, and he is going to go after my hero. And I won't have Fountain this time around, so they're going to go first, and I don't see any way out of it. I'm going to take the damage. Yeah, I am going to take the damage. There's no getting out of it. So I'll just put him back where he was, and just take my punches. Okay, so we get to the market phase. This is the new one. I don't need them as badly as I used to, although you could argue that I could do something cool like this, and that would block off this bottom route. But I'm not going to. I actually like that toxic secretion guy, although he's going to damage my guys before he damages theirs. So we may have to do something about him. It's an interesting conundrum. Okay, but I'm not spending. I only have 5 swords. I don't have to spend any on that. And actually, I get 10 more because of that building last time. But I'm going to go right back down to 5 because, like I told you, I'm getting the level 3 Forgotten Graves. So now all my units, they basically behave just like anything else. They go back and they're available to me every round. And I don't have to pay anything. I'm basically finally normal. Okay. So let's build their units. So they're bringing out Keem. This is Keem. He's going to be on the bottom. And he's going to be upgraded, in fact. So he's going to be flying with Rally. So that means he promotes his guys. Does he do Rally? I guess he does. And then they're going to be doing 2 upgraded jousts. And Keem. And then 2 upgraded jousts like that. And Keem is he flying? Yeah, he is. So my Monolance they have air defense, so they could take out a flying. But they're not done. And then they have 2 Harriers coming out, both of them upgraded. Oh, crap. Crap. That last round didn't end yet, folks. Give me a second. Just give me a second to finish this. Okay, so technically the wave didn't end yet. They have the upgraded whatever level 2 stables. So what happened was after their last unit died, they would have brought out another joust, which is this guy. So he would have come out with 3 health. He's not upgraded, is he? No. I don't think so. Yep, just a regular one. And he would have come out here because he spawns next to a spire. So he actually would have come out right there. So I killed that one joust from here. And so this joust would now move. Or no, it's my turn. So what I would do is, yeah, so now I can get out of the way of this Elfinkazi, actually. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, to get out of the way of the Elfinkazi. And then this Joust is going to go 1-2, right? And then the next thing he's going to do is 1-2, take a secretion damage, 1, secretion damage 2, and then I would move here because I don't want to get hit with Quick Strike. Then he would move 1-2, and then I would move here and I'd finish him off. So I would have killed him. I just wanted you guys to see that before. Technically, that does trigger every time I wipe them out. They do get one more unit, and it's going to spawn at that middle point because it's always the closest spire to where we're at. So my apologies there. So what do we do? I am now out of the range of the Elfinkazi, so 1, 2, 3. So as long as I go along this way, I can avoid the Elfinkazi. This toxic secretion guy is very interesting. I want them to go buy a toxic secretion guy, but I don't want my guys to. And unfortunately, this is closer to me than it is to them, so I think I do eventually have to take that thing out. But okay, so we got their stack of units. My hero is there. He's doing what he's doing. Wasn't there some upgrade that would let me get my hero out basically for free? Oh, yeah. Never mind. That was one of the. That was the level 4 thing that I can purchase if I get all the objectives accomplished. Okay, so I'm sitting on 5 source. So what do I do with my remaining 5 source? Do I just save up for the tower? My thoughts are yes, because I'm looking at everything here, and while some of them are nice, I think I just want to win the game. So that means I got to get my 15 points of towers up. And it would be nice if those towers can kill their units, blah, blah, blah. But I think I'm going to save. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so our CP value is 7. So for 7, we have this mega guy here who has Quantum Dark. And Quantum Dark is before or after that unit's movement, it may defeat itself in order to convert an adjacent spire with 2 or fewer upgrades into a naroran spire. Replace the spire chip with a naroran spire chip from your barracks. I'm assuming that I can't do that inside of the fortress. And I'm also assuming I can't do that to this unit here. So it's pretty cool, but obviously not really the best. And this guy with Immolate and Healing is actually quite awesome. The Immolate, if I remember correctly, if he's defeated, I steal source from the faction equal to this unit's source reward instead of rewarding it. So I gain 4 source when the Messiah is defeated. And then, of course, he heals himself every round. And if he makes it to the fortress gate, he will explode. And whatever health he had left, he does in damage to the fortress gate and everything around it. Everything around him. So that's an interesting thing, but it's 6 of my 7 points, and I don't have a 1-pointer. You know me, I like to spend all my points. I can get Anjabin out, who's got this Source Aura thing. The thing with the Source Aura is that after he moves, he deals 1 damage to all adjacent opposing units and spires. So he doesn't attack. So that means he won't get retaliated against. So now obviously the fortress will retaliate if you damage a fortress gate, because that's special. So it's an interesting thing, and he gets 2 chip upgrades. And then when he upgrades even further, he's got the self-destruct. He may defeat himself in order to deal 2 damage plus an additional 2 per upgrade on this unit to all adjacent opposing units and spires, removing 1 upgrade. Oh, from the spires. Okay. He's pretty cool. I can get him out for 3. I think the thing I'm concerned about is this Elfinkazi has such huge range that you have to like be really careful with your heroes or he comes after you. I think then if we're limited to 7, I'm just thinking here. I mean, I do like Anjibin, the hero. He does seem like a decent idea with his little aura there. Because like with his aura, he can take out this bounty hunter without even getting a hit back. It takes a certain amount of turns. So that would be 3, and then I'd have to pair him with a 4, which I do have. So I have this stasis guy. The other route that I can do is I can do like a bishop and a burnout. That'll get me 7. The burnout actually was quite good last time. So I think I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to combine them together again because I like the idea of the burnout coming out last. Because usually by the time this bishop dies, that burnout's now somewhere where he can do some good destruction. Okay, so sorry I overthought that, but here we go. They go first. So this guy is going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We still determined that this is the quickest way. Now this one wants to move 4, but he can only move 3, so he's actually going to go the other way. And then this joust is moving 3, and he will move there. And then, of course, Keem is flying, so he's not restricted. And he can go 1, 2, 3. And just to verify, Keem, his mark is the closest opposing unit. So Keem is a hero on a mission. Okay, so our turn. Excuse me. I think I'm going to move my hero first. 1, 2. If I move here, that Elfinkazi will get me. Dang it. So instead, I'm going to move here, and then this guy is going to move 1, 2. And dang it again, he has a 3 range attack. And this bounty hunter is a problem. Oh, you know what? No. I don't have to fight the bounty hunter, so never mind. So I'm okay. There's no concern there. Okay, so it's their turn again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Secretion damage. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's how that plays out. Okay, so this guy is going to go 1, 2. He has a 3 range attack. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 in anticipation of the Harrier coming through. Okay. So I do have a 3 range attack. I do 2 damage. I am going to kill this Harrier. What am I? If I don't, the Harrier is going to attack me. Yeah, I'm killing the Harrier. And so I get 1 source for that. So it puts me up to 6. And a monolith tower, by the way, costs 4. So I need 12 just to build the 3 towers. And then I would need, 4 more per tower. So that would need 12 more to be able to upgrade them all to level 5. Okay, so now it's their turn. And this is what's working out so awesome here. This Joust is going to move 1, 2, take a damage, 3, take another damage. And then he's going to stop there. Now, unfortunately, my bishop's going to start getting hit. And then this one's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just out of his range. Unfortunately, if I try to attack this Harrier, this Elfinkazi is going to get me. So I can't quite get in the range. So my hero is just going to come back here to attack the Harrier after he hits our base. And then the Joust is going to Quick Strike and Fury Kick. So what he's doing is he's flipping through. And so he does 2 damage to the Bishop. And the Bishop's going to do 2 damage back and actually kill the top Joust. But then another one with 4 health spawns. And here's what's crazy. The Bishop didn't move, so he doesn't get the Toxic Secretion, because that only occurs when you move. The Bishop was transposed because of the Fury Kick. So very weird little behavior there that actually benefited us. And it is now our turn, but before I do that, I got to give myself the 2 source. So I now go up to 8. Okay, so now it's their turn. The Harrier comes in. 1, 2, 3. Or no. It's our turn. Hold on. Yeah, it's our turn now. So this guy's going to move 1, take a secretion damage, 2. And he has a range of 3. Oh, gosh darn it. I forgot one other thing. Their Keem would go 1, 2, 3 like this. That's what would have happened. And he would have attacked and killed our Bishop. So our Bishop's dead. All right, so now I got the Entropy guy. And this isn't working out at all, because Entropy guy is going to move 1, take a damage, and then 2, and he's basically flying home. So now it's their turn, and they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then this guy's moving 1, 2, 3, because he has to move full amount. And let's go ahead and start here. The Harrier is going to do 2 damage to our fortress. I'm going to spend the 2 source, so I'm down to 6 to block it. And it's going to do 1 damage back to the Harrier. Okay, so their turn's done. And then this guy here, Keem, is going to do 2 damage to our Entropy guy, which does not trigger the explode. And so Entropy guy just dies. And Keem, he's already fully leveled up. So does he get any... He doesn't have a... He doesn't have any upgrade instructions. So Keem is just Keem. All right, this isn't working out wonderfully for us, but so now our hero is going to go ahead and kill the Harrier, and we get 1 source for that, so we're back up to 7. But now's when it gets bad. The Joust is coming in, and it's going to do 2 damage to our fortress. We're down to 8, and we do 1 damage to the Joust. So Keem is coming in, 1, 2, 3, because he's coming after our hero. And I can choose for him to go this way. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to make him take the secretion damage. All right, I'm not doing anything on my turn, so now it's their turn again. So Keem's going 1, 2, 3. The Joust is going to do 2 more damage to our tower. Tower does 1 damage back. Now on my turn, I get to attack. I'm going to kill the Joust. So I just gained 2 source for that. So we're up to 9. And then the wave is over. So Keem is just sitting right there, sitting pretty. Okay, that wasn't a really clean wave for us. We're not even coming close to making it to their fortress. And the Elfinkazi is keeping us hostage. I'm on wave 3. I got to do a little bit better. We get 0 source income, folks. And I got to somehow get enough source so I can build all these towers. And the way to do that, folks, is to destroy these things, these landmarks. And I haven't been doing a good job of that. So, all right, we're moving on to wave 3. I'm going to roll the event die. And I rolled a 5. Add a hummingbird and its Elfinkazi on the top of the air deployment stack. So they get a hummingbird and an Elfinkazi at the top of their deployment stack. That's not good. So let's build their deployment stack. They have a Royal Talon, who's a flyer, with 5 health on the bottom. So this guy is at the bottom of their stack. Then they have a Harrier, Joust, Harrier, all grouped together, all upgraded. And then they get this Elfinkazi guy on top of that. So, yeah, it's not fun. We're definitely not doing well. I clearly need towers. So the question is should I start upgrading some towers here, which will help me defend, but then that causes them to upgrade too. So I'm going to look here. So if I were to build 1 tower, it would add 3 upgrades. So they would get a ARA. So this one would have 1 range. Yeah, I'm actually safe. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to build a monolant for 4 source. That puts me down to 5. And I get 2 attack and 1 fortification. And I guess it's not that fantastic. Oh, and you know what? I forgot again. But a freaking Joust spawns is because of their thing. So on their turn, when I said the wave ends, it didn't end. This would have happened. This Joust would have spawned right here. And so then he's going 1, 2. And then Keem would move in to attack me. Or, yeah. He actually doesn't have my fortress as his goal. It's going to be me. So Keem's going to do 2 damage to me. And then I'm going to do 2 damage back to Keem. And so that's not good. So now it's my turn. And instead of dying, I'm going to retreat into the fortress. So I don't die. But I do heal back up. And so then it's their turn. And the Joust is going to move, take a damage, move, take a damage. So you see how this is playing out. I don't know what Keem would do, because Keem is the closest opposing unit, is his thing. So I'm going to say he's not moving. So then we go 1, 2, and then 1, 2. He would transpose. And then they do 2 more damage to our fortress. We're now down to 4. And we do kill the final Joust. We get 2 more source out of that. So now I'm up to 7. All right. So I hope that made sense. I keep forgetting to add that last Joust. So if I keep building my towers here, if I build 2 more, this thing really will amp up. I have 7 source, so I only have enough to build 1 more. Currently, it looks like this. And if I were to build another one, he would get a range, attack, and range, which means he would have super mega range. Not good. So I'm not interested in having that a tower attack all my units all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and just call that a day. So now we know they have a mega stack of units. I have my guy here. I'm just going to set him off to the side. I mean, I could build a tower back here, because I know a flying unit is going to start coming in. I mean, it's going to be hurtful because if I build a tower that's not what I need to win the game, it's just going to slow me down even more. But I'm already down to 4 health. Oh, these monolants have air defense. I didn't realize that. Ooh. They do have air defense. They are my air defense towers. Dang it. They don't have any range, though. And if I wanted to add a range to this guy, it would cost me 4 source. I have the source to do it, but then it means another range is being added to him. So that means he can shoot 1, and then 1, 2. He can hit all my units coming down through here with this upgraded range. Right now, he can only get to here. Now, if I added a range to my unit, then I'm able to shoot all these units too that are coming through there and including there. So, I think I'm going to have to just make do without it for now. So then the question becomes, do I waste points for a tower at my fortress because the fortress needs extra help? The air defense tower, the monolant, doesn't have any range. That's the problem. So if I build that in my fortress, he's not going to be able to hit any air unit that's attacking me. That just has a rift. And here you can see that doesn't hit air. And neither does that. So their towers stink. So if I build this guy, I'm spending 4, and then I'm spending 4 more. I can't spend 4 more. Well, I can because of the connected ability. So because he's connected, nope, I still wouldn't be able to do it. So I can't even get a range on him. So my anti-air is just shot. So then the next thing is well, then I got to build range units. I mean, right, I have to have range units to take out their air. So that means my bishop is coming out again. Oh, it's just where I can send out the guy who possesses people. I'm really concerned I'm not going to win this. The one nice thing about building this tower here is the Elfinkazi now has to go around. So he can only go 1, 2, 3 now. Before he used to be able to go 1, 2, 3 and nail me, right? He can't do that anymore. He has to go 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. He can't fly over my tower. So I actually just chopped the Elfinkazi's range down. That part was awesome. I didn't even realize that until just now. Okay, so back to the game. We are on wave 3, and I get 9 CP. So for 9 CP, I mean, this guy costs 8, but he is so good. I just don't know if he's that good. I mean, I can do this guy for 5, like I have been doing. But then, what's channel? Gain 2 source each time this unit is attacked. That's pretty cool. So, like, this could get me extra source, right? Every time he's attacked, I gain 2 source. Obviously, he doesn't heal, so he's not super awesome, but I could probably get 4 source out of him, which is what I need to win this game, right? I need lots of source. But I need a range attack to take out their air unit. And the problem is their air unit's at the bottom of the stack. It's just it's a bad situation. So he's 5. I mean, I can do that for 8 and have 2 range units, but again, I'm not up to my 9 CP, and I don't like being wasteful that way. And I can also just do 2 burnouts, right? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to group 2 burnouts together and then put him, the range guy, behind the burnouts. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So get the 2 burnouts and then the bishop behind him. I'm going to put the bishop at the bottom, the 2 burnouts here, and then my hero on the tippy top. Now here's the deal. If I actually was willing to get a hero, I can kill their hero. Well, their hero has flying. So only if I have flying or if I have range can... Oh, you know what? Anjabin with his Source Aura can get him. But he costs 3. So what would I have to modify? That costs 2. So if I did 5 plus 3, that's 8. It's not going to work. But Anjabin could... it's okay. I'm going to just stick with what I have. All right. I go first. So this guy's going to move 1, 2 here because this guy can move here and blow up. So if I move 1 more space, I'm in his way, and I don't want to do that. So 1, 2, and then this one's going to move 1, and then he's stuck in the fortress. He hasn't deployed yet, which stinks because I would like to be able to attack from range, but I can't because he hasn't deployed from the fortress. Oh, you know what? This guy's flying. He doesn't get in the way. So 1, 2, and then that's going to transpose him there, and then we're going to move 1 and transpose him into the corner. That's how that's actually playing out. Still not what I want, but okay. So as far as attacks go, we're going to attack with our hero and kill their hero. So Keem is out, and we get 3 source for that, so we're up to 10. So now it's their turn. So this guy with the Elfinkazi is going to move 1, 1, 2. And he's going to bottleneck everybody behind him. Although this guy can at least move out like that. Excuse me. So back to us. This thing is going to move 1, 2. This guy is going to move 1, 2. And I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 along the edge. Stay. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm in his path. Dang it, I can't get through. That Elfinkazi is a problem. Oh, you know what? It's not a problem. When they took their turn, this tower here has air defense. So I'm going to roll an air defense against that Elfinkazi. And I did 1 damage. That Elfinkazi has 1 health. So I just killed it and got 2 source. That's the awesome part about having a tower right next to it. So I'm up to 12, and now the Elfinkazi is not bothering me, although there is still 1 here. So now I can take care of some business here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 like I was planning. And we're going to flip this. And it's an engage. Dang it. Although at least that guy doesn't do too much damage to us. He has 6 health. So I'm required to engage him. I would do 2 damage to him, and he would do 1 damage to me. All right. So this guy has a range of 3, and I'm going to take out the toxic secretion. I have to. Otherwise, he's damaging me too. And I'm going up to 16. So my entropy guy can finally walk through without a problem. So now we got this guy. He's going to move 1, 2. It's going to force the Harriers to go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is a flying unit. So technically the flying unit would have gone 1, 2 like that the last turn. And now he's going 1, 2 this turn. So flying unit would be coming through the bottom there. Okay, so it's to my turn. And I'm in trouble. I got to get a tower up. I don't know if I necessarily need a anti-flying tower, but I need a tower with range. So I think I have to do a refractor. The refractor is going to cost me 4 and give me a 2-1. And I have to do it, folks. So I'm going to do a limited build action, and I'm going to build that guy right here. Maybe I should do it next to here, but I would like to kill them before they even get to our... So that drops me down to 12, unfortunately. But I need this to survive. Okay, so I'm going to move 1, 2, and 1, 2. And I don't want to engage that guy anymore, so I need to get away from him. I got this big stack of doom. I'm probably going to lose my hero this round. I'm not sure that's that big of a deal. If I can prevent... He's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So I'm going to move 1, 2, and I'm still out of range of this guy. So that's going to be very helpful. All right. It is their turn. So this guy moves 1, 2. This one's going to move 1, 2. This one moves 1, 2, 3, 4, like we discussed. Yeah, that Harrier is going to attack back for 2 damage. And my hero only has 2 health. It's not going to work. I'm in big trouble. In Little China. Do I spend 4 more swords to build yet another tower? Part of me says yes. Well, anyways, the Harrier's not attacking me because I fly, so I don't have to worry about that, if that's what you were thinking. So it's my turn now. This burnout guy is going to move 1, 2 like that, and then the bishop's going to move 1, 2. So I got this situation where obviously we have all these units next to each other. The bishop can at least attack somebody who's not next to him. So the bishop is going to attack the Royal Talon for 2 damage, which is exactly what the bishop was put here for. So then the entropy only has a 1 damage attack. The Royal Talon can kill him outright, so the entropy is going to actually attack the Humminger here for 1 damage. And the Humminger does 2 damage. So Humminger is going to do 2 damage back, and that's going to cause the entropy to be down to 1 health, which causes the entropy to blow up. Now, just understand that entropy doesn't damage our own units, only their units. So it's going to kill their Humminger, and it's going to do 2 more damage to their flying unit. And their flying unit's down to 1 health now, and of course our entropy unit dies. And we gain, obviously, the Elfin Kazi. We don't get points for that, but for the Humminger, we get 2 source. That's putting us up to 14. And I'm deeply concerned about this. So I am going to spend the 4 source and build yet another tower. I have to. 2 attack, 1 range. And I'm going to put it here. So now it's their turn. This thing's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And this guy, he wants to move 2. So if I move to here, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I move to here, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's just going to move 1 space, like so. And I get to choose who he's going to attack. He can do 3 damage to the bishop or damage the burnout. The thing is with the burnout is if the burnout could somehow get to here, he can blow up and do damage to their towers, etc. But that's a tall order, so I'm going to actually just kill the burnout. So our burnout's dead because of their royal talon. And now this guy has quick strike, so he's going to take the range out of our tower, which hurts. But our tower now gets to do 2 dice, and we rolled a 3, and we actually killed the top harrier, and we get 1. So we're back up to 11. And then this one here has a range of 1, which is not quite enough. So he's not quite in range. Now it's our turn. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. And again, if I attack that harrier, I'm going to die. Otherwise, I'm letting the harrier go in, and he's going to be able to attack our fortress. And this thing doesn't have the range to hit the harrier anymore. And underneath that is a joust, and then underneath that is another harrier. It's just a bad situation. But also with my turn, this guy's going to move 1, 2, 3, like so. And I am going to use my 3 range attack and kill their flying unit. And so I get 4 source for taking out their talon. That puts me up to 15. So I think with my hero, I am going to do the 2 damage. I need to think about this. It would be nice if I can keep my hero alive so he can do more than just 1 attack on them. But if I attack now with my 2 hero, I can at least do 2 damage and kill that harrier. I'm going to wait. I think that's the better move. The question is with the bishop, I attacked and killed their guy, so I'm definitely not exploring this, even though I'm interested in what it is. So it's going to be their turn. So the harrier is moving in. And he has quick strike. So he's going to do 2 damage, and we're down to 2. However, I'm going to spend 2 source to block that. So that puts me to 13. And then this tower has 2 dice. And it's going to do 2 damage to the harrier. And that's sort of what I wanted, because the other unit below would have been able to attack if I didn't. So now it's my turn, and I'm going to move my hero in, and we're going to kill that harrier for 1 more source. That puts me to 14. And now they have the joust. I honestly think there's no way I'm winning this. I think they got me. I really do. The bishop is going to move 1, 2. And he's now in range of both of these towers. Actually, not this one, but that one. So they're going to roll 2 dice on my bishop. And you can see they did 2 damage. And so my goal is not to defeat their fortress. So my bishop is going to take the range off of this particular tower. Now it's their turn. They have quick strike, so they're going to do 2 damage. It puts me down to 2. The fortress is going to do 1 damage back. So now my tower gets to attack him, and I do 2 damage with my tower. And then my hero will attack him and kill him. The problem is I now have a harrier that will quick strike and destroy me, and I lose. Now, if I would have put this maybe here instead of there, because here, remember, I lost my range when they attacked me. I might have been fine, but I lost the scenario, folks. There's nothing I can do about it. Obviously, on my turn, I have a 3 range attack. So I would have moved in and then probably died before I ever got a chance to attack, which is the case. So this one wasn't quite as easy as the last one. The hard part about this is obviously I need to defend myself against them. And with the many pathways for them to come in, it was real easy to get overwhelmed by them, and their quick strike just sucks. But, I could try to maybe possess them, but I can only do it if they're not grouped. There's a lot of cute little things I can try to do, but when they're grouped like that, they're just formidable. And it's really a matter of, maybe I should have built this tower up and just let him pummel my guys, because who cares if he pummels my guys? My guys, I mean, I guess I need them to take out these 2 towers down here, but if I had, 3 towers here that all had range, I'm taking them out too. It's a possibility that maybe that's the better strategy, is to get these up right away and, let that thing just be as big as it wants. I don't know. I mean, if this thing gets too big, it's going to be killing my hero too. Anyways, there you have it. I lost. I'm a bit of a loss of how to make this better. I thought I played it well. So I need to think about this some more. And thank you for watching. And as always, stay awesome.